Hello everyone, Taylor Johnson here. I'm giving you a report on the Baltimore real estate statistics, taking a look at January 2023. And we can see that the median sales price here was up about 3.8% for the Baltimore region. Median days on the market is up, and active listings are up, but actual new listings is down. And the months of supply is still very low. So what we want to know is what's going on. And we see that buyers are back in the market. However, there's still very limited inventory. The housing market is far below where it was last year, but pending sales are up, showings are up, new buyer activity is up. So some of the pent-up demand that buyers are sidelined due to super high interest rates and so forth, now they've sort of normalized around 6.5%. People have begun to see that this is where they're going to stay, and they're starting to come back in the market. We have a major constraint in the Baltimore area in housing. Total active listings at the month are better than they were, but we're still about half of where we were 3 years ago. We'll see that in a minute. And price growth rebounded, as you would expect. If there's a shortage and demand is high, then the prices should continue moving up. In the city of Baltimore itself, prices fell a little bit in January, but in the region outside the city, near suburbs, went up. And we see here that the home demand index is also up. It's around 77, which is an increase from 62 last month. The downturn in the market was relatively short-lived. Buyers returned to the market in January, taking advantage of falling mortgage rates and putting upward pressure on prices. After declining for 3 straight months, price growth accelerated in January in the Baltimore metro area. Buyers are adjusting to normal. Supply will remain a major constraint in the Baltimore region, particularly in suburban markets, as historically low rates in 2020 and 2021 have locked in homeowners, making many unwilling to move. So this is the major issue for every market, but particularly in our region, where inventory is just so low. There are few homes on the market. We are at a very, very interesting stage where we have a lot of buyers and nothing for them to buy. Closed sales were a little better this past month. Median sales price, days in the market, you can see we have a slightly upward trend here. That means it's taking homes a little longer to sell. So if you're a seller, you need to be prepared for that. If you're a buyer, it also means you have a little more opportunity to look, to think, and to work things through. Pending sales was actually better this past month than in December, and new active listings are inventory rises, but we have new active listings of 3,582 in the area, up from this last year. Inventory of single-family homes increased, while condominium inventory saw the smallest gain. But again, this is active listings. You would anticipate that if homes are taking longer to sell, that the number of active listings is actually increasing, but the number of new listings is declining. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we have more homes for sale. Showings, you can see, has an uptick here. So if we're looking at local markets, we can see that the recovery was strongest in the suburban areas. The new pending sales increased between December and January, best in Carroll County. Harford County and Anne Arundel County also saw nice price increases. Where in Baltimore City, the median price actually fell a little bit. Inventory is the biggest constraint in all areas. There's less than 1 month of supply in the suburbs, and active listings are, even though they're up, they are 40% of where they were 3 years ago. So we've got a real problem here. The number of buyers really hasn't gone down. The number of people who will be coming into the market in the spring is going to increase, and the inventory is low. So what we want to look at here is the median sales price. We can see we've got a bit of an upward trend still in most areas, which you would expect if there's a shortage, it would drive prices up. Baltimore City itself has actually had a little bit of a decrease. And here's the numbers, the telling numbers. New listings are down. So the number of people who've decided to sell and put their home on the market has actually decreased from January of last year. And the months of supply is determined by taking all the active listings currently on the market. If there are no new listings that come on, how long will it take to sell those currently on the market? So you can see in most of the areas around Baltimore, it's less than 1 month. It's a very, very short supply. It doesn't give you a lot of time to think and put your ducks in a row. Baltimore City, you have a little more time, but it's still very much a seller's market. A 6-month supply is what we call a balanced market. Anything less than 6 months is a seller's market. It is a little easier now to negotiate terms, but it's not a panacea for the buyer yet. And here we see the home demand index in the different regions. Has actually had, again, a decrease from February of last year, but for most of these regions, it's actually an increase from last month and from November. So buyers are back in the market. And what that means, if you're a seller, it's time to start getting ready to put your home on the market if you want to. If you're a buyer, I would suggest that right now is a great time to be a buyer before all the other buyers come into the market next spring, earlier in the next month, or as the spring bloom comes. So if you have any questions, if I can be of help to you, please reach out to me. I'm here to be a resource for you. My name is Taylor Johnson. I am an agent with Keller Williams Capital Properties, a part of the Eng Garcia Team. And I look forward to helping you. Please, anything, I can answer questions, walk you through these statistics, help you buy, help you sell, reach out. And if you like the video, please click like so it finds its way to other people similar to you, and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Thanks very much.